In a significant escalation in the Middle East, the Yemen-based Houthi rebels have claimed responsibility for seizing an Israeli vessel in the Red Sea on the first anniversary of their initial military aggression. The attack is being interpreted as a direct response to Israel's ongoing war in Gaza, with the Houthis making it clear that the operation is part of their broader strategy to challenge Israeli and Western influence in the region. According to a statement released by the Houthi forces, the operation was successful and involved a military strike that led to the capture of an Israeli ship, which was subsequently escorted to the Yemeni coast. The Houthi rebels, who have been embroiled in a long-standing conflict with Saudi-backed forces in Yemen, have increasingly positioned themselves as key players in regional geopolitics, particularly in their opposition to Israeli actions in Gaza. While the Houthis have previously launched attacks against shipping vessels in the Red Sea, this latest strike is being seen as a marked escalation, signaling a deepening of hostilities and a new front in the ongoing regional conflict. The Red Sea, which serves as a critical shipping lane for global trade and energy, has been a hotspot for military and strategic operations, with both state and non-state actors vying for influence in this vital maritime corridor. The Houthis' ability to execute such a high-profile operation against an Israeli target has raised concerns among international observers, particularly regarding the vulnerability of commercial shipping in the region. In their statement, the Houthis emphasized that the operation was not just a symbolic act of defiance against Israel but also a strategic move to retaliate for what they see as Israel's continued aggression in Gaza. The seizure of the Israeli vessel, while still subject to verification, is seen as an attempt to further destabilize the security situation in the Red Sea, a critical passage for global oil shipments and trade routes connecting the Mediterranean with the Arabian Peninsula, East Africa, and beyond. The Houthi statement also referred to their actions as being part of a broader campaign of resistance against Israel and its allies. This move comes as tensions continue to escalate in the Middle East over the ongoing Israeli military operations in Gaza, which have sparked widespread condemnation from several Arab nations, including Yemen. The Houthis have long been vocal in their support for Palestinian militants, and this attack on an Israeli vessel is seen as an extension of their ideological stance, which opposes Israel's military actions and calls for a unified regional response against Israeli aggression. The Houthi movement, which is backed by Iran, has received significant support from Tehran in terms of weapons, training, and logistical support. This connection has further complicated the broader regional conflict, as the United States and its allies have accused Iran of using groups like the Houthis to project its influence across the Middle East. With the Houthis now engaging directly with Israeli targets in the Red Sea, the broader ramifications of their actions are being closely monitored by global powers, including the US and Saudi Arabia, both of whom are involved in the ongoing conflict in Yemen. Israel's government has yet to officially comment on the Houthi claim of seizing one of its vessels, but the implications of such an attack are significant. If verified, it marks an unprecedented expansion of the Houthi threat and a direct confrontation with Israeli interests in the Red Sea. The situation is also likely to further complicate the security dynamics in the region, as Israel may be forced to reconsider its military strategies and respond to this new threat in a way that protects its shipping lanes and commercial interests. The attack also underscores the growing role of non-state actors in the Middle East, particularly those aligned with Iran, in shaping the region's security landscape. The Houthis' seizure of an Israeli vessel could be seen as part of a broader Iranian strategy to exert influence over maritime shipping routes and disrupt the flow of global trade, especially in a region already fraught with tensions due to the ongoing conflict in Gaza and the broader Iranian-Saudi rivalry. In response to the Houthi attack, there is likely to be increased international scrutiny on the security of maritime trade in the Red Sea. The United Nations and other international bodies, which have been monitoring the situation in the region, may call for heightened security measures and diplomatic efforts to prevent further escalation. Given the strategic importance of the Red Sea and its proximity to major shipping routes for oil, the global impact of such attacks could be significant, with the potential to disrupt global trade flows and raise oil prices. As the situation continues to unfold, the international community will need to assess its next steps in addressing the growing tensions in the Red Sea. The Houthis' seizure of the Israeli vessel, coupled with the ongoing violence in Gaza and the involvement of regional powers like Iran, makes the geopolitical landscape in the Middle East even more complex. The rise of non-state actors like the Houthis, who are willing to strike at high-profile targets like Israeli ships, further illustrates the volatile nature of the region and the increasing challenges facing the global community in maintaining peace and stability. The escalation of hostilities in the Middle East, marked by the Houthi attack on the Israeli vessel, underscores the need for a comprehensive diplomatic solution to the myriad of conflicts that continue to plague the region. Whether through direct negotiations or multilateral engagement, the path forward will require careful management to avoid further destabilization, particularly in key areas like the Red Sea, which serve as lifelines for global commerce and energy supplies. As the Houthis and their allies continue to challenge Israeli and Western interests in the region, the international community must remain vigilant in addressing the broader security concerns that these developments raise. The consequences of this latest attack are still unfolding, but it is clear that the conflict in Gaza has already begun to reverberate far beyond the borders of Israel and Palestine, shaping the broader Middle Eastern geopolitical landscape in profound ways.